Here are the top stories for today, August 5, 2019. Additional fatalities are reported during rescue operations after 3 boats capsized at Iloilo Strait. President Duterte vows to apply severe measures against communist rebels following the spate of killings in Negros Oriental. Samar declares a state of calamity as the number of dengue cases there exceeds 1,800. And the PCOO announces plans to build a training center to enhance the capabilities of government information officers.
Good day, I'm Rom Dulfo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. Our top story, local officials are awaiting an investigation of the sea mishap of Iloilo Strait that claimed 28 lives last Saturday, August 3. Meantime, government agencies are preparing assistance for the families of the fatalities. More on this from Bench Bondo.
The number of fatalities in Saturday's sea tragedy off Iloilo Strait has further increased to 28, while 5 passengers remain missing. 1 body was retrieved Monday morning during retrieval operations. MB Chichi with 43 passengers and 4 crew, MB Kizia with 4 crew, and MB Jenny Vince with 40 passengers capsized off Iloilo Strait due to bad weather. 6 people are still missing out of the 86 passengers of the 3 capsized motorboats. Of the 86 passengers, only 75 have names in the manifesto. City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office head Donna Magno, however, said a probe may have to wait as the immediate concern of government agencies is the assistance for the families of those who died. Meanwhile, the city government will help facilitate the transfer of the bodies of 4 victims who are residents of Iloilo City that were retrieved in Guimaras. Jack Conlu, Chief of the Public Safety and Transportation Management Office, is facilitating the proper coordination for cadavers that were retrieved in Dumangas, Iloilo. Guimaras Governor Samuel Gumarin personally visited survivors and fatalities who were brought to various hospitals and funeral parlors in Iloilo City. He urged Guimaras Nons to help the province recover from the tragedy. Meantime, motorboat trips to Guimaras from Iloilo and vice versa were suspended in the afternoon. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Bench Bondo.
President Rodrigo Duterte is angry over the spate of killings in Negros Oriental, saying that the communist groups will have to pay for their crimes. The president said in his speech during the distribution of certificates of land ownership award to agrarian reform beneficiaries in Davao City on Friday that he will be implementing a more severe measure against the CPP and PA. He said he was saddened by the ISIS-style execution of Negros cops Corporal Relibert Beronio and patrolmen Rafi Calao, Roel Cabellon, and Marquino de Leon. Medical reports showed severe hematomas all over their bodies. He acknowledged that some areas in the country remain unprotected from the atrocities of the CPP and PA, as most remote communities still lack the presence of government forces. Despite this, the president said the NPA still has no reason to kill. He mentioned that the human rights group Karapatan being the legal front of the communist group. The bounty for the capture of the killers has been raised to 5 million pesos. 15 undocumented Chinese nationals who were detained after a recent raid on an establishment in Binondo, Manila are turned over to the Bureau of Immigration. These Chinese allegedly sell smuggled electronic products. In a statement on Saturday, the BI said of the 15 Chinese, 9 were found to be working without proper permits, while 3 others have no travel records found in the agency's database. 2 Chinese nationals have 9G visas, while 1 has a special working permit. They were referred to the Immigration's Legal Division for the initiation of deportation proceedings. The latest Social Weather Station survey revealed more Filipinos believe freedom of speech is very strong under the Duterte administration. In its survey results released on Saturday, the SWS said 59% of Filipinos agree, while 18% disagree, that they are free to say anything openly without fear, even if it is against the administration. The survey, conducted from June 22 to 26, showed that 67% agree, 23% are undecided, and 10% disagree. Professional translation services is being eyed in the country. And Pag-asa says Davao Occidental and Northern Samar may experience aftershocks after earthquakes in the provinces. More on this from Janice Cave.
A meeting will be held in Manila on August 7 to develop a resolution on professionalizing translation in Filipino. The event is part of the August 5 to 7 Pambansang Komperensya sa Pagsasalin to be held at the UST. According to Komisyon sa Wikang Filipinos Sangay ng Salin Head John Enrico Toralba, there is a need for people who can deliver professional translation services, and the translator's fees must be in accordance with standard rates. Meanwhile, the Manila International Airport Authority reported on Saturday that a total of 9 international and domestic flights were delayed while one was diverted to Clark International Airport due to bad weather. Meanwhile, Flight 5J754 Saigon-Manila was diverted to Clark earlier. In other news, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology says aftershocks are possible from the magnitude 5.6 and magnitude 5 earthquakes that jolted Davao Occidental and Northern Samar on Saturday morning. Intensity 3 was reported in Don Marcelino, Davao Occidental, Kiamba, Sarangani, Intensity 3 in General Santos City, Alabel and Malapatan, Sarangani, and Intensity 1 in Davao City. In Northern Samar, Intensity 4 was felt in Pambuhan, Catarman, Mondragon, and Bobon in Northern Samar, and Intensity 3 was recorded in Virac, Catanduanes, Mapanas, Northern Samar, while Intensity 2 was reported in Legazpi City and Sorsogon City. PHIVOLT said it is not expecting any damage from the two quakes. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Still to come, Samar declares a state of calamity as the number of dengue cases there exceeds 1,800. Authorities arrest 2 NPA rebels believed to be involved in the killing of 4 policemen in Negros Oriental. More on this when the PNA Newsroom continues. The province of Samar is now under a state of calamity as dengue cases continue to surge despite massive efforts to contain the mosquito-borne illness. In a special session Saturday afternoon, the provincial board approved the resolution to put the entire province under a state of calamity as local health authorities recorded 1,855 cases from January to July this year. This is nearly double than the 653 dengue cases recorded in 2018. Calbayog City has recorded 461 dengue cases and 1 death, while Catbalogan ranks second with 340 cases and 1 death. This is 254% higher than the 96 dengue cases reported in the same period last year. Samar is the third province in eastern Visayas placed under a state of calamity after Leyte and eastern Samar. The Commission sa Weekend Filipino says it will install and unveil this year more Bantayog Wika or language monuments around the country. According to John Larry Dunca, the agency's translator and Bantayog Wika's project coordinator, the target locations for such monuments are Camarines Sur, Cagayan, La Union, North Cotabato, and Aurora provinces, as well as Bacolod City. He said the monuments will represent the Rinconada, Ibanag, Hiligaynon, Ilocano, Maguindanaon, and Alpa indigenous languages of indigenous communities in said areas. The KWF's Bantayog Wika project aims to further help raise knowledge and awareness, as well as promote continuous use of indigenous Philippine languages to prevent these from becoming extinct. Police and military troops arrested 2 suspected members of the Communist Party of the Philippines, New People's Army, believed to be part of the group that allegedly tortured and killed 4 policemen in Ayungon, Negros Oriental last month. Ayungon Police Chief Major Romel Luga confirmed on Sunday that the 2 suspects were among the several suspected rebels responsible for the slay of Corporal Relabert Beronio, Patrolman Rafi Caliao, Patrolman Ruel Cabellion, and Patrolman Marquino de Leon. The Negros Oriental Province Police Office identified the 2 suspects as Edmar Asibo Amaro and Jojo Torres Ugatis. They were arrested 3 hours apart during joint combat operations in Barangay Mabato in Ayungon. Luga said charges for illegal possession of a firearm, ammunition, and an explosive will be filed against Amaro, while murder charges are being readied against the 2 suspects. 17 suspects were arrested by the police in different parts of Bulacan on Saturday in the government's continuous campaign against illegal drugs. Colonel Chito Bersaluna, Director of Bulacan Police Provincial Office, said 8 of the suspects were arrested in separate buy-bus operations in San Ildefonso, San Jose del Monte, San Rafael, and Calumpit. 8 more suspects were caught in shabu sessions in the cities of San Jose del Monte and Meycauayan. Another suspect was arrested by elements of San Miguel Police during a checkpoint operation. Meanwhile, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao destroyed last Friday illegal drugs seized during anti-drug operations since 2014. The items included shabu, ecstasy pills, and dried marijuana items seized in Maguindanao and Lanao del Sur, as well as in the cities of Marawi and Cotabato, worth some 15 million pesos. Local government and court officials supported the destruction of the drugs so these do not return to the streets. In Kidapawan City, Dangerous Drugs Board Chairman Catalino Cue is set to lead the opening of an additional building in the city's Drug Rehabilitation Center on August 14. The Dangerous Drugs Board, or DDB, extended a 5 million peso donation for the new building, which forms part of the city's Balik Pangarap Comprehensive Rehabilitation Program. More than 120 former drug personalities have so far graduated from the program. President Duterte leads the distribution of over 58,000 land titles in Davao City. Meanwhile, Christmas comes early for about 300 residents in Zamboanga City. More on these and other news from the provinces from Bench Bondo.
President Rodrigo Duterte led the distribution of 58,000 certificates of land ownership award to agrarian reform beneficiaries from different parts of Mindanao. The land awards benefited over 60,000 beneficiaries covering nearly 103,000 hectares. Agrarian Reform Secretary John Castriciones said the government will next render support by providing capability development training and common service facilities. Also in Davao City, various handmade products crafted by persons deprived of liberty were showcased in the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology Anniversary Bazaar this weekend. Among the products on display were art paintings, native bags, baskets, bead accessories, coin banks, and other handicrafts. This is part of the BJMP's livelihood program for PDLs, which was started in 2000 to help inmates become productive citizens. In Cagayan de Oro City, around 200 products from around northern Mindanao were displayed in the Tinagboan Food Festival over the weekend. The exhibit, organized by the Food Processors Association of Northern Mindanao, seeks to showcase locally made souvenir food items as part of the city's month-long fiesta celebration. The exhibit's highlights include a cooking demonstration and marketing activities designed to encourage entrepreneurs to take an active role in the region's food tourism industry. In Zamboanga City, 300 residents, mostly children, received gifts in an outreach program in Barangay Tugbungan last Saturday. The activity, dubbed as Christmas in August, was led by Salvacion Oyales Shing, a Zamboangueña nurse based in Maryland, USA. Shing was joined by her batchmates of Tugbungan Elementary School Class 77, Zamboanga City High School 4th year classmates of Batch 81, and Western Mindanao State University College of Nursing Class 85. The other participants included policemen, the city government, the Department of Health, and the military. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Bench Bondo.
Up next, the PCOO announces plans to build a training center to enhance the capabilities of government information officers. A workshop in Ilocos Norte showcases the indigenous cuisine of Adamstown. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders. The government plans to establish a strategic communication training academy for national and local government information officers. Presidential Communications Operations Office Secretary Martin Andanar last Saturday said a training center would address the need for uniformity and improve the government's communication paradigm. The training center will have research facilities, television and radio stations, a digital newsroom, lodging, and attached agencies of the PCOO, such as the Philippine News Agency and the Philippine Information Agency, or PIA. He said that he plans to build a training academy in Bukidnon, which is a gateway to major cities in the southern Philippines. He said he wants the training academy to start construction as early as next year, in time for the completion of the People's Television Network Mindanao Media Hub, as well as the commencement of the Visayas Media Hub's construction. Information officers from various agencies lauded Andanar's plan, saying it will not only strengthen the fight against disinformation, but will also breed excellent communication officers nationwide. S&P Global Ratings on Friday gave the Philippines' latest $855 million multi-year Samurai bond offer a BBB Plus rating. National Treasurer Rosalia De Leon said they upsized the offer volume from about $750 million due to strong demand. The offer follows the Philippines' $74.4 billion multi-year Samurai bond issuance in August 2018. Meanwhile, Duty Free Philippines announces it has opened its first supermarket located at the DFP Arrival Mall South Arrival Lobby, NAIA Terminal 3. Duty Free says instead of buying grocery items abroad, balikbayans can now shop the same brands when they arrive at the airport at a duty-free price. This will help balikbayans save from baggage fees and make grocery shopping convenient. In other news, Senator Cynthia Villar has encouraged entrepreneurs across Zamboanga Peninsula to cash in on the huge global market demand for halal products. Villar also asked the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, to micro, small, and medium enterprises in promoting halal exports. She said the global market for halal food and lifestyle products is expected to reach $10.5 trillion by 2024. Overseas, a mass shooting on Saturday killed at least 20 and injured 26 others in Houston, Texas. The shooting happened at a Walmart shopping mall about 13 kilometers east of downtown El Paso. Authorities said the store was packed with as many as 3,000 people, caused by the busy back-to-school shopping season when the shooting began. The suspect, who is now in custody, was identified as Patrick Crucius, a 21-year-old white male. Texas Police Chief Greg Allen said the shooting is related to a hate crime. The state is currently looking at prosecuting Crucius with potential capital murder charges. The government urges food entrepreneurs and culinary enthusiasts in Ilocos Norte to promote tourism in Ilocos region through cuisine. This as food entrepreneurs and culinary enthusiasts learn to cook indigenous cuisine through a recent workshop. Janice Cave with the story.
The gastronomic delights of Ilocos Norte got even better enduring tourists as homestay owners, food vendors, and winemakers there got a taste of a culinary workshop featuring the cuisine of the indigenous town of Adams. At least 39 members of the indigenous peoples in Adams graduated from a two-day culinary workshop held August 1 and 2. Adams is known for some of northern Luzon's native dishes such as pinikpikan and dinakdakan, asusop or banana blossoms with grated coconut, as well as exotic edible plants such as balbalosa, a miniature eggplant only found there. Chef Jose Ramlo Villaluna, a tourism advocate and resource speaker of the TOT's pioneering culinary workshop in the province, said the unique food in Adams can become even more enticing if presented with a touch of artistry. Aside from teaching them about the basics of food safety and sanitation, food styling and table arrangement among others, participants applied what they learned in a cooking demonstration. With around 3,000 population, Adamstown is known for its cottage industry and fruit wines. This is why the national government continued to improve access roads leading to potential tourism spots. According to the Adams Tourism Council, tourists have been coming in bigger numbers since the road going to Adams has been paved. Araceli Salem, acting head of the DOT Lawag sub-office, said they will continue to empower local communities with huge tourism potential. Residents are thankful for the continuous improvement in their municipality as they welcome every tourist to enjoy what they have in a village paradise such as Adams. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cave.
Tropical Storm Hannah has slightly intensified while moving north-northwestward. According to PAGASA's 11 a.m. update, moderate to heavy monsoon rains will be experienced over the northern portion of Palawan, including Calamian and Cuyo Islands, Mindoro provinces, Romblon, and western Visayas. Cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms will be experienced over Metro Manila, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Bicol region, and the rest of Mimaropa and the Visayas. Residents of the aforementioned areas, especially those living in areas identified to be highly or very highly susceptible to floods and rain-induced landslides, are advised to take precautionary measures and coordinate with local disaster risk reduction and management offices. Hannah remains less likely to make landfall on any part of the country. Fisher folks and those with small sea crafts are advised not to venture out over the western seaboards of northern Luzon and central Luzon, the seaboards of southern Luzon and Visayas, and the eastern seaboard of Mindanao due to potentially rough sea condition. This tropical cyclone is expected to intensify into a severe tropical storm within 24 hours. Here's another look at today's biggest stories.
Additional fatalities are reported during rescue operations after 3 boats capsized at Iloilo Strait. President Duterte vows to apply severe measures against communist rebels following the spate of killings in Negros Oriental. Samar declares a state of calamity as the number of dengue cases there exceeds 1,800. And the PCOO announces plans to build a training center to enhance the capabilities of government information officers.
Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. Check out these and other stories. Visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of latest news and information that you need to know. From the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo. Good day.